What up, dude? So I want to talk briefly about pre-pitch routines, right? So, for my pitcher dudes out there, like, what are you doing pre-pitch? What are you doing before you throw the pitch? What is, not only from like a mental routine standpoint, but a physical routine standpoint as well. I think if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I'm a huge routines guy, big habits guy. So I think when it comes to establishing a really efficient pre-pitch routine, it could be extremely beneficial for your performance. So a couple things, again, I'll speak from personal experience. A couple things with the pre-pitch routine is I'm not huge on, like a type of physical type deal. You see guys a lot of the times will do something with like a foot or do something with the way they step or whatever it is. My biggest emphasis that I challenge myself with every time I pitch for a type of pre-pitch routine is I challenge myself that when I step inside, like with a mound, there's dirt, right? And then outside the mound, it's usually grass, unless you're throwing at my high school field. But I challenge myself with, before my spikes hit the dirt on the mound, I already know exactly like what pitch I'm going to be throwing for that next, pitch. So what this allows me to do, and I've talked about this in the past where, I love to think, I almost overthink things. I'm always kind of like conscious of, certain things of the scouting report or the mechanical, all these different types of things. So I've identified that, and I try to kind of avoid that and just kind of enjoy the process of pitching and competing. So like I said, I challenge myself before my spikes hit the dirt on the mound. I already know exactly what I throw. So then when my spikes do hit the dirt, right? So I come in, I get the ball back, boom, I'm on the dirt. Now nothing has to be up here, right? Maybe I have like one or two mechanical cues for a specific pitch or sights or whatever that is. But as soon as like my spikes are on the dirt of the mound, I know exactly what I'm going to be throwing. So now my pre-pitch routine is, okay, just wait for that pitch. I just wait for that call. I have it right here. It's gripped. I'm ready to go. I know my cues. Say if it's a slider, I know, okay, just keep fingers behind the baseball as long as possible. I know if it's a changeup, okay, just arm speed, arm speed, arm speed. I know if it's two seam, wrist, wrist, wrist. There's a lot of things, a lot of cues that I have for each pitch. But again, for a pre-pitch routine, it's for me specifically, and before my spikes hit the dirt, I know exactly what I'm throwing. I know so as soon as I get up here and when it comes time to deliver the pitch and execute the pitch, I don't have to be in my head. I don't have to be between the ears. My biggest thing is like flow state, got to be in the zone. And for me to be in the zone, especially when I'm in this bubble, I need to not be able to think about anything really. So a couple things, pre-pitch routine that I think will work for some other guys is kind of have something that you can have like focal checkpoints, right? Focal checkpoints will kind of bring you back in. Breathing patterns, before every pitch is called or before you go into if you're in the stretch leg lift or before you go into your leg kick in the windup, whatever it is, before that is, you have this breathing pattern, right? You practice this diaphragmatic breathing, or maybe it's like a right, and you kind of just come back into the reality and you focus on the task at hand. Okay, but again, this is going to be different for everyone. I encourage everyone that's listening to this or watching this to identify your ideal pre-pitch routine, right? Because there's some guys that I've played with that do really, really well when they think about scouting reports and they think about this and they get very analytical within their approach, and that allows them to be at their best. And kind of like other guys are the exact opposite. They need to be thinking about freaking Raisin Bran. It's different. So identify what makes you good and then stick to that and develop a really good pre-pitch routine. That's something that you can always come back to even when the game speeds up, right? We all know that the game speeds up. So it's always something that you can have that will hopefully kind of bring you back into your element, get you comfortable, and allow you to execute pitches. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Hopefully you took something from it. You want to see something cool? Check this out. You're welcome.